Well, there's a bridge and there's a river.
Whitney Houston, one of the greatest voices in music history.
I think it's a little different.
She was the voice that could move mountains, the woman whose talent left the world in awe and whose songs continue to echo through time. Whitney Houston was not just a singer, she was a phenomenon, a once-in-a-lifetime talent whose journey was filled with triumph, love, struggles, and unforgettable music. This is the story of Whitney Elizabeth Houston, one of the greatest voices in music history. Whitney Houston was born on August 9, 1963, in Newark, New Jersey, USA. She grew up surrounded by music. Her mother, Cissy Houston, was a legendary gospel singer. Her cousin was the iconic Dionne Warwick, and her godmother was none other than Aretha Franklin. From a young age, Whitney sang in her church choir, where her voice stunned everyone who heard it. She was destined for greatness, but nobody could predict just how far she would go. Whitney attended Mount St. Dominic Academy, a Catholic girls' high school in New Jersey. But it wasn't textbooks that defined her path, it was music. As a teenager, she started singing backup for famous artists, including Chaka Khan and Lou Rawls. At the same time, she began modeling, becoming one of the first black women to appear on the cover of Seventeen magazine. In 1983, music executive Clive Davis discovered Whitney and signed her to Arista Records. 2 years later, she released her debut album, Whitney Houston, and the world took notice. Hits like Greatest Love of All, How Will I Know, and Saving All My Love for You topped charts and introduced a voice of pure power and emotion. By the late 1980s, Whitney was unstoppable, winning Grammys, American Music Awards, and breaking sales records. In 1992, Whitney starred alongside Kevin Costner in The Bodyguard. The film was a global success, but it was the soundtrack that made history. Her rendition of I Will Always Love You became the best-selling single by a female artist of all time, winning her more awards and cementing her as a music legend. In 1992, Whitney married Bobby Brown, a fellow R&B star. Their relationship was passionate but often turbulent, marked by public controversies and personal struggles. In 1993, they welcomed their only daughter, Bobby Christina Brown, who became the center of Whitney's world. Despite their challenges, Whitney's love for her daughter was unshakable. Whitney's faith was deeply rooted in Christianity. Gospel music was her foundation, and she often credited God for her talent. Even during difficult times, she returned to gospel singing for strength and comfort. Despite it all, her fans remained loyal, and she still had moments of brilliance on stage that reminded the world of her unmatched talent. At the height of her career, Whitney Houston had an estimated net worth of $100 million. She sold over 200 million records worldwide and won more than 400 awards, making her one of the most awarded female artists in history. Her voice inspired generations of singers, from Mariah Carey to Beyoncé, and her songs remain timeless anthems of love, hope, and resilience. On February 11, 2012, Whitney Houston was found unresponsive in a Beverly Hills hotel just one day before the Grammy Awards. She was only 48 years old. The world mourned the loss of a true music icon.
You pretty much get it down pat after.
Whitney Houston's voice was a gift from God, her music a soundtrack to millions of lives. Though she is gone, her legacy lives on in every note, every song, and every heart she touched. She will always be remembered as the voice.